This is your voiceover voice. Not what you thought, right? I'm sorry it doesn't sound more natural, more real. It's the best I can do, you know, for a computer. Scientists are trying really hard to make our voices sound natural, but they aren't there yet. So this is the voice you are going to have to imagine as your voiceover voice. Sorry. It's the best I can do. What were you expecting? Maybe Mel Gibson? Hun. So, you know, while I can pronounce these words, I have no idea what I am saying. Sort of like a pixel. So, see, there are these people who make interesting ideas with this technology. They take these pixels, millions of them actually, and they tell stories. They give us the news. They take us to distant lands. All with a couple of pixels and the vibrating air that makes up sound.
He likes it! He likes it!
So where does this creativity come from? Where do we get our good ideas?
I get my creative ideas from all kind of places.
I think if somebody could pinpoint it and bottle it, we'd all be in good shape.
Creativity comes from within.
It's a lot of a gut feeling.
I think we're all creative in some sense, we just don't know it.
You know, you have to have that initial catalyst, you have to have that initial love of whatever it is you're working on and that passion.
Unless you are expressing who you truly are, you can't be creative.
It's just different ideas that pop into your head.
It's not something that just comes in an instant. It's the result of work.
It's something that everyone has. You just have to sit there and think of ways of bringing it out of your personality.
Mistakes are a creative person's best friend. If you believe that you're creative right now, stop watching this video and go make a mistake and learn from it. Perhaps turning off this video is a mistake.
I was cutting this piece for Mundos, which is a station for NBC, and it's a piece on Spanglish, and it's a 22-minute piece. They call it a documentary series, news series kind of thing, or whatever it is. But that actual piece, my producer was leaving. She was going to Africa for 2 months, and they needed this piece done in 2 weeks. She gave me a drive with all the footage already digitized, no script, no paper cut, nothing, just the idea of what the piece is going to be about. Once I lay down a cut, then I was able to start structuring it and cleaning it up and cleaning the cuts and cleaning the audio and coming up with a solid piece.
So it turns out that the skills needed to understand structure, to clean up and make sense of a string of pixels, comes from a really good education. And the kind of education needed isn't just a bunch of facts either.
La creatividad es algo sumamente importante en la industria de la televisión, especialmente ahora con la tecnología que está a la orden del día.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo le va? Muy buenas tardes. Como siempre, un gusto saludarlo desde Los Ángeles, California. Mire,
si no estamos actualizados, la tecnología nos quedamos atrás. Yo recuerdo que en la Universidad Estatal de Los Ángeles, en California, aprendí mucho sobre edición, sobre lo que es el concepto de la televisión en general, y esa creatividad sale muchas veces de las escuelas. With editing you can do so many things. A story can be bad, but editing will make it look better. Aprendemos a manejar las imágenes, y eso es algo muy importante. Being creative with the camera, being creative with shots, suggesting your cameraman what to do, what to record, that helps a lot, and you learn in school that pretty much all the time.
Cal State LA provides a vehicle in which you can express yourself creatively.
Education needs to make a careful point to teach our students, both as consumers of the visual culture, but also as makers of the visual culture. And I think it's incumbent on us as educators to make students aware that they are both creators and consumers.
Ready, we got a little skit going on.
Getting creative now.
Getting creative. We're using our Cal State LA creativeness.
Ready?
We're going to wait a few minutes while you get creative.
All right, ready? Actually.
I think we're all creative in some sense. We just don't know it. Or sometimes we're just creative in different areas.
So the ideas are there. They're everywhere. It doesn't matter what it is. You can be walking down the street and there's an idea. You know, it's just a matter of being able to pull something and take that idea, resample it, and make it your own.
Is tapping into something that will touch all those people out there at the right moment.
Think about how this is going to work, how it's going to appeal to somebody, how that idea is going to reach the person you're trying to market to.
Don't be afraid to make it poetry. Film should be poetry in its own way. It's this beautiful prose.
If you can stir something in them and they can feel something and they're interested in it and they can't turn their eyes away from the television. That's something I like to say a lot is we want to keep it so people are not, they can't tune out.
The target audience, you know, is where you're trying to reach, and you have to think about who that is and who is the person you're trying to entertain with this thing. So when you come up with some idea, it could be about a pencil.
That sounds great.
That's what I want to do.
How the fuck are we going to do that?
Buy the book when it's necessary, but if you feel the need to break the rules, as long as you do it in the right way, or a way that fits what you're doing, then go for it.
Make it happen.
Has to happen.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
Don't worry about it.
Be patient. You gotta be real patient.
I'm gonna direct this shit myself. All right.
But I'm in it with you because I believe in you.
We're going to make something spectacular.
Like, okay, well, I got a pencil. What can I do with this pencil?
You do animation, you do live action, you do special effects, you do stunt work, you do a little bit of everything.
Well, let's make the pencil a character and call it Mr. Pencil.
And just run with it.
Who is going to care about this pencil?
You gotta get creative and try to figure out, okay, how am I gonna relate to these people?
Well, pencil, kids, maybe elementary.
That sounds great.
Okay, how do I make this pencil funny?
I need a buttload of people. I need a pile of people to come down and help me out, and all of them to add their 2 cents. And
It's a really important thing that everybody brings their A game to it.
It's about thinking about who you're going to entertain.
Feels like a cakewalk.
It's all there. You just gotta be willing to make time and look for it.
You just have to do it.
And then once you've done that, then you can either go and shoot it or pitch it to somebody.
How do I do that? I'm not sure how that's going to happen.
Or you can just put it away for a minute, work on something else, and then just come up with more ideas.
I can do this.
It's a really tough nut to crack, you know. It's not an easy thing. It's like they say, catching lightning in a bottle.
A cakewalk.
Tripping. All right, I'm gonna do that one more time. Oh, take two. Take two, dog. Take two.
It's hard, but just don't give up, you know? Just keep going, just keep it pushing, and you will get there.
Holy crap, look at what we just did.
That was gold.
When all is said and done, it takes a lot of technology to make creativity work. It takes cameras, editing programs, and studios. It takes recording. Natural, real, natural, real, natural, real. It takes recording devices, microphones and cables. It takes scripts, production schedules,
lights, and sets. But it also takes training and judgment, virtuosity, and talent. These are qualities that have to be learned and practiced. And at least at the present, they are qualities not possessed by any machine. It takes education, practice, and time. And on that score, when it comes to creativity, there's no substitution for the human touch.